Welcome to Commander Time.
Where there's just enough time for the commander.
You play until everyone casts their commander and then the game ends.
Yeah.
It's Commander Time! Welcome to Commander Time. We are yet another podcast about the Magic the Gathering format known as Commander. From our tongues to your ears. Today, we are talking about Theros Beyond Death. More specifically, cards some of us like. Last time, we talked about cards we all like. But now, we'll finish the cards that got 2 out of 3 thumbs up. Do we use thumbs talking about Magic cards?
I think we use tongues at this point.
Oh. Blah.
Wouldn't we use hands?
I don't know. After our last 2 introductions, I really do think it's tongues.
Okay.
I don't know if Magic cards taste good.
There's
no way you can find out. These are not necessarily cards that are objectively good. Some cards are good, but we don't like them. Some cards that we like might not be very good. We don't care. We like what we like, and now we will talk about those cards. But first, I'm Nate Burgess.
I'm Dean Goody.
And I'm Patrick Spola.
The main topic. Okay, so we're talking about Theros Beyond Death. Let's get into the 8 cards that Dean and Patrick like.
Yeah. So, I think Patrick and I like the entire intervention cycle.
You missed one.
Except for the red one, it's still fine. It's just the least good out of the cycle.
I thought I didn't put Thassa's intervention on there.
Oh. Well, then maybe Patrick and I only agree that we like 3 out of 5 of the intervention cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the red one. I don't like the blue one.
All right, well, I like the blue one, and the red one is okay. But the intervention cards all follow the same format. They cost X and some number of colored mana. Are they all color?
Not. Some of them are just one.
Erebos is 1.
Okay.
Yep, so is the red one.
They are all instants or sorceries. And they all have 2 modes that have some different effect based on the amount of X, the amount that X is. So the first one that Patrick and I like is Erebos' intervention. For X and a black, it's an instant. Choose 1. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, and you gain X life. Or exile up to twice X target cards from graveyards, all graveyards.
That's double the X.
Yeah, both these modes are good.
Yeah,
I mean, my only complaint about most of these interventions is that they are just good. They're not super interesting, and they don't do anything super unique or anything like that. But they are very
good.
They're good.
Yeah,
they're good, and I like them.
I'm surprised that Nate didn't like this one. It's got his favorite words on the card.
Well, you can exile twice X target cards from graveyards, but I can. How much mana do you have to spend to exile all your opponent's graveyards?
Well, if you spent 3 mana, you would be able to exile 4 cards from graveyards.
Yeah, but if I spend 1 mana on the Soul Guide Lantern, then I can exile all of my opponent's graveyards.
Well, yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, see, I agree with you, Nate, but on the other hand, this is versatile.
Yeah, because this of that first mode.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the, like, oh my god, the best card ever printed. But it does enough in separate ways that I like. In most of my black base control shells, this is going to end up in it.
I mean, is there any deck that you're going to run that would not want this card?
Yeah.
Which is
Ball Lightning.
Ball Lightning Tribal. Who's the commander for that deck?
This is Zergo right now.
Okay. Why would Zergo not play this?
Because it's not a ball lightning, Dean.
Are you not running any kill spells in ball lightning? There are not enough ball lightnings in Mardu to...
I'm running a lot of board wipes.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, it's Zergo.
That's fair.
He's indestructible.
Yeah.
He's a ball lightning that doesn't sack.
Yeah, which is sad. I wish he did.
All right.
Patrick likes the ball sack. Heliod's intervention. It's
Heliod's intervention.
X, white, instant. Choose one. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. That's okay. Or target player gains twice X life.
That's pretty meh.
Yeah, the first mode is what is doing it for me. The other versions of this card that we've seen up till this point, I believe, are red versions of it, where you destroy artifacts, and that's always been pretty decent. So
you're talking about incarnations of the card where you get to pay X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if you just put 2 mana into this, it basically becomes...
Return to Dust or Crush
Yes, it becomes
Contrabands.
Return to Dust. Specifically Return to Dust. But yeah, I mean, those are Exile, so they're slightly better.
Yeah, they are.
But, you start putting a little bit more into X, and all of a sudden you're getting rid of that Soul Ring, and that Mirari's Wake, and, that Talisman.
It also helps that it's instant, and it doesn't have like that weird Return to Dust clause.
Right, where you have to play it at a specific point in the game.
Yeah. In order to get exiled too. I mean, again, this is the issue with most of these interventions. Is it the best card ever? No. Is it good? Yes.
I think this replaces Wear and Tear for me. Wear and Tear is the split card out of Return to Ravnica.
Oh,
it's
it's
red and white.
Does it destroy or exile?
It destroys, and that's why this replaces it for me.
Okay. Yeah, we got these indestructible enchantment creatures these days, though.
Yeah,
so
we do.
You gotta exile them.
I mean, I still will run exile effects in the mix with my destroy effects.
Me too.
Patrick, you want to hit us with Nylea's intervention?
Sure. X green sorcery. Search your library for up to X land cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Or Nylea's intervention deals twice X damage to each creature with flying.
The searching for the land cards is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's either a super Sylvan Scrying or it's a super Windstorm.
Windstorm hits players too, doesn't it?
There's one of them that doesn't. I'm not sure if it's Windstorm or Hurricane.
Oh, it's Hurricane.
Nope.
Hurricane's the one that hits players.
Yeah. So I was right. It's a super Windstorm. So yeah, green struggles to deal with flyers. I mean, it doesn't struggle. It has specific cards to deal with flyers because green is only really good at killing flyers directly. And this card is really, really good at it.
Green's got reach. It's got spiders.
Yeah, green's got reach. Though I feel like reach is not on a lot of cards.
Spiders.
Yeah. Those are more limited cards usually. Like Giant Spider is like a 2/3 for 4 with reach. It's fine for limited, but it doesn't see EDH play. So it's nice to have this kind of a thing for EDH.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I already run cards in Galta to deal with flyers specifically because most big creatures do not have reach.
Nate, does this go in your Windgrace punishment deck?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
But all those lands, Nate.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It doesn't punish.
It punishes flyers. And if you've got Repercussion out, it punishes the controllers of those flyers.
Meh.
Alright. Next up. Probably my favorite card in the whole set.
Uh-oh.
Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. It's a 6/6, I'm pretty sure. For black and a red, it's a legendary creature elder giant. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, Each opponent discards a card, and then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. And it's got escape for black, red, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost.
Yeah, I don't like escape that much.
Yeah, because you don't like to exile stuff from your own graveyard?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, but it's in the right colors to self-mill yourself pretty easily and just fill your graveyard with just whatever. And the abilities are things that I like to force people to do.
I'm happy to just reanimate it and sack it to itself because it didn't escape. Like, just hit it with Unearth and bring it back and then make everybody discard and or lose some life.
You just want to keep doing it?
Yep.
Over and over?
Yep. Seems good.
Yeah.
I mean, throw this in a deck with a Sun Titan.
No.
Whenever a Sun Titan attacks, everybody else has to discard a card. It's great.
Okay. I like that tech.
I mean, I like what are the rats with the Unearth ability, where whenever they come into play, everybody discards a card. So this is just that, except it doesn't hit you. It's great.
Right.
The wording for the life loss is very unintuitive. Then each opponent who did not discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life.
You don't like
not,
your...
It's like
your...
triple negatives, though, right?
Yeah. So, Patrick, you discarded an enchantment. Do you lose 3 life?
Yes.
Well, Patrick could intuit it, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I count up my negatives, and then I solve for X.
Wait, do not.
That's the interventions.
Yes. So if you discard a land, you lose 3 life. Everybody else doesn't. It's wonky.
Yeah.
It should just say each opponent who discards a land card this way loses 3 life.
No, it doesn't lose 3 life.
Oh, whatever. It should just make them all lose 3 life. Then we'd all be happy.
I discarded a land, so I win 3 life.
Yeah. Everybody, but I win 3 life, but in reverse. Okay?
I win 3 life loss.
Yeah. I did it, Mom. I placed first place in the life loss category. Up next is Nadir Kraken. It's a 1 UU.
Blue.
Or blue for the people who pay attention. For a 2/3 Kraken. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Nadir Kraken and create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why I put it on there. Hey, it's neat.
It's a really slow pier, kind of, but it goes tall and wide at the same time. It's neat. It's just
toothy?
neat.
Or chasm.
Yeah, it's a
Toothy, yes, not pier. My bad. Yeah, Chasm Skulker, Toothy, similar. I mean, Toothy will draw you cards.
It feels like a fair version of those cards.
Yeah.
Which is why I chose it, because blue deserves to be fair.
Yeah. And, it's even not terribly mana inefficient. For 3 mana, you get a 2/3 body, and then it grows. I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't want to pay the mana, though.
All right, Nate.
I mean, yeah. I put it, like I said, I put it on there because blue deserves to be fair. And it's the same reason why I didn't put on the Simic Titan, is because it needs to be fair.
Oh my god, the Simic Titan. Yeah, we're not talking about that. It's not on these lists for a reason. But
yeah, not all the cards that we like are good. Or what was it?
Yeah,
not all the
cards
good,
that
we don't necessarily like all the good cards.
Right. Because when they're good, they're busted.
Because sometimes they're too good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is cool. Like, if it didn't have that pay 1, just willing would make you 7 tokens and make it huge. I mean,
then I would like it.
I know you would. And sure, I mean, that would make it better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with it as it is. It's cool. Who's up? Is this you, Nate?
Sure. Nylea Keen-Eyed. 3 green. For a 5/6 legendary enchantment creature god. Indestructible. You need devotion of 5 for it to be a creature. creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's handy. 2 and a green. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. You don't have to, but you may.
It's good. It's good.
Yep, does everything that I want it to do in green.
Yeah.
So
and I don't think it's broken.
No, it's
It
not
just
broken.
seems good.
I mean, is she Perforos? No, but I still want to do it. I want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized you could start playing some sneaky artifact based Nylea decks, and you get some free artifact creatures out.
Sure. Yeah. Any artifact any artifact creature that costs just 1 would be free.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It surely does. Most of the cost reduction cards that currently exist, like Crows and Drover, have some kind of a caveat. Like Crows and Drover says that your creature spells with, what is it, CMC or power 6 or greater or something like that costs 2 less to cast. And Dragon Speaker Shaman says that your dragons cost 2 less to cast. And this one just says all your creatures cost 1 less to cast. There's no caveat. It doesn't have to be tapped. It's a nice little tweak on the effect. And she draws you cards.
Yep. Well, potentially.
Maybe.
She filters.
She maybe draws you a
filters through
creature
your
card.
deck. Yeah.
It's like yeah. I mean, those are all just decent things to put on a card, and it's very. I feel like it's a very well designed card, and I like it.
Yes.
So there, Nate.
All right.
Up next is Woe Strider. It's 2B or 2 black for a 3/2 creature. Horror. When Woe Strider enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 white goat 0/1 white goat creature token. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1. It also has escape for 3 black, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. And when it escapes, it gets 2 +1/+1 counters on it.
So it's a 5/4 in that case. And you get the goat.
Okay, I changed my mind. I like this one.
Yeah.
We
did
I
it.
saw the escape text, and I didn't like the escape cards, but just being a unrestricted sack outlet is pretty cool.
Yeah. We're
Yes,
going
it
to amend
is.
the previous episode, the 7 cards that we like all together. Haha.
No, I think it's
No.
6. We're up to 6.
Nope. Haktos was 6.
5.
Nope.
No, we're up to 5 because there were 4, and then Haktos made it 5. So
Who can math? It's not like we play Magic where we have to
we're
do
up to 6.
intensive calculations sometimes.
Yeah, we're not blocking.
So
Especially with Haktos.
exactly. So yeah, I just like that you can drop this and immediately sack the goat to scry 1 if you want to. And that's a death trigger for you, which is usually more relevant than the scry 1. And an unrestricted sack outlet. Who doesn't love that?
It's another Viscera Seer.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need a second Viscera Seer.
Right. Though, notably, it will not sacrifice itself, whereas Viscera Seer will, and a lot of other outlets will.
Yeah. But that's okay.
It's still worth it. It's great.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you have a sack outlet without having to pay mana, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And the escape is just gravy on top. Like, you don't ever want to escape this card, but it's there if you need it and you have the extra cards in your graveyard to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just really need that extra goat.
And a 5/4. Honestly, a 5/4 is not something to sneeze at. If after a board wipe, nobody's got anything, you just bring this guy back, he's a 5/4, and he starts attacking for 5. That's great.
Mm-hmm. All right, now here are 3 cards that Patrick and Nate like. So,
But Dean does not.
yeah, what's up with that?
Yes. So the 3 correct liking cards.
And apparently, like, I was the only one who really liked a lot of the sagas. Like, you two liked the interventions, I didn't like the interventions. But I liked most of the sagas, and you guys didn't like the saga.
The one saga that I really liked was Kiora Conquers the Sea God, or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, Kiora Bests the Sea God.
It's so neat, but it just costs so much that I would never play it. 7 mana is just a lot.
But it's an odd converted mana cost in blue.
Oh yes, all right. Still, I'm not running in it.
Okay, I'll do it for you then.
Thank you.
So the saga that we like, that Patrick and Nate like anyway, Elspeth Conquers Death, 3 white enchantment saga. It's not a legendary enchantment saga, but it is historic because it's a saga. Phase 1, exile target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. So it's a little better than Despark. Phase 2, non-creature spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. That's cool.
A chapter neat, not a phase.
Okay, fine. Volume 3. Return
Sarpedian Empires.
Return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it. So I like all 3 of those things.
Yeah, me too. For 5 mana, that is a lot of value.
I'll tell you why I didn't put it on my list. I didn't put it on my list because it's so close to the Eldest Reborn, and that's an uncommon. And this one is just I like that.
Yeah,
one
I like
it.
I already run Eldest Reborn, so why wouldn't I want a white version of it?
They tweaked the mana cost up, and I don't know. It's still fine.
I mean, listen, Theros is Theros, Dominaria is Dominaria.
No, white is white and black is black.
Black is white and white is black.
So the Eldest Reborn is an uncommon, and this is a rare. And I just want a little bit more out of my rares as opposed to my uncommons.
But this is everything that I want out of.
So you would like it if you didn't already have the Eldest Reborn. If you had never seen the Eldest Reborn, you would like this card.
Yes, and I all right. If I'm being honest, I only don't like this out of spite.
That's
okay.
That's a good enough reason.
So we're up to 7 cards we all like.
Grudgingly like.
I am the Ruth Bader Ginsburg on this council right now. I dissent.
All right. What's the next one?
Thassa, Deep Dwelling. 3 and a blue for a 6/5 legendary enchantment creature god with indestructible. As long as your devotion to blue is less than 5, Thassa isn't a creature. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 other target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control.
Treasurer's Closet.
For 1 less.
3 and a blue. Tap another target creature. Gotcha. Before combat, tap your mirrors server. I don't know. I lost track of what I was going to say. I meant to say, like, Soul Ring, but that didn't actually work.
It's not a creature.
No.
Unless you do.
But first I animate your Soul Ring, and then I tap it.
Patrick, she's not in black, so how are you going to flicker Gonti with her?
I don't care. She just seems like fun shenanigans.
Patrick, the answer is you steal her out of the blue player's deck with your Gonti.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I do that. But also, I mean, the reason why I like it is because it's just it seems like a fun card. I know that it's going to be played by lots of people who are going to do busted things with it because it's in blue. And enter the battlefield triggers happen, and there's things like Polychron, but as far as you know, doesn't
Polychron want like activated flicker, like Data Navigator? Like Palinchron isn't quite as good because you can't repeat the flicker. It's just once per turn at the end of your turn.
I mean, it's you build your own Seedborn Muse in mono blue.
Yeah, okay. That's a fair point.
Like it. I mean, you do that, and then you have all your mana up for tapping down target creatures,
Right.
you're safe.
Yeah, your point stands.
Or you got a bunch of counter spells all of a sudden. Like it's just a good card. It's slightly more fair than other versions of blue flicker that happen sometimes. And yeah, I just like it. Again, blue should be fair.
But it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, this particular blue card is fair, I think.
Yeah, mostly.
Like that tap target creature ability is, I think, overcosted by my standards, but it's I guess it's a fair cost. It's just not what I'm used to seeing in blue.
Yeah. It's one of those things where people will complain because it's not blue fair. It is just it's just normal fair.
It is white fair.
Yeah, it's not. The other nice thing is that it doesn't do the freeze thing.
Oh, the frost, or it doesn't untap.
Yeah, where
for a turn.
Untap on its next upkeep. Yeah, so it is just the one tap.
I would like that.
Yeah, that's the cost that you're used to seeing for 3 in a blue is tap target creature. It doesn't untap until the next untap phase.
Yeah, like Kiora Best the Sea God does in Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so last one.
Last up?
We like one of the demigods.
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah, I'll read this. Timuret? Which do we say here?
Whichever way is
Timmy.
funnier.
Timmy, chosen from death. For black, you get a 2-star legendary enchantment creature demigod. Timmy's toughness is equal to your devotion to black.
So it's at least 2.
Yes, it's at least 2 because he costs black. And for 1 and a black, you may exile up to 2 target cards from all graveyards, and you gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way.
Kablam.
Seems decent for a Doran the Siege Tower deck.
I guess. I mean, that's not where I would put him.
Decent for exiling 2 cards from graveyards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And you gain life.
You would run this over the Erebos' Intervention, Nate?
Would I?
Yeah, it's a creature.
I think I would, yeah.
It's also repeatable.
It is repeatable. Okay, all right. That point stands. And you gain life. All right.
Yep. I like it because I'm a sucker for black cards.
I'll tell you what I would run this over. I would run this over Withered Wretch.
I don't know Withered Wretch.
Really? That was like an old school EDH staple.
Withered Wretch is black. It's a 2/2, and you pay 1. You just pay a single 1 to exile a target card from a graveyard. And you don't gain any life if it's a creature. You just pay 1 to exile something.
Yeah.
Zombie Cleric.
Yep. So,
well, I mean,
if Timuret comes down by himself, he's the same thing. He's a 2/2 for black, and he but his activated ability costs more, but it's also slightly better.
Well, the advantage of Withered Wretch is he has 2 creature types that are a little bit more relevant than Demigod.
Oh, that's true. For now.
Which is Zombie and Cleric for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Zombie Cleric.
What if he wanted to be a cleric zombie?
That's fine.
I know. Yeah. What did I just click?
I don't know.
I clicked the artist, and then all of a sudden I had a whole bunch of
art
cards in front of me, and I was like, what is the common denominator here?
All right. So that's the end of our list. Are there any cards before we super end this? Are there any cards that you actively dislike from this set?
Oh, we need to stay positive, though.
Oh, all right.
I mean, if we want to make a podcast about complaining about cards, I mean, that could take hours.
And back in my day, cards cost colors of mana.
Is there anything?
And they didn't follow the color pie.
Is there anything then from your list of cards that we did not get to talk about? Choose one card that we didn't have any overlap on.
Oh, okay. Well, there's Vegan Dad Bod, the Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which it's like the chromatic lantern, and it lets you play an extra land.
Oh yeah, I was close to putting that on there, but it just seemed very vanilla to me.
I mean, it does things that we've seen before, and it does them on one card. But they're useful things. It's like it's better than a Courser of Krufix, and it's almost as good as an Oracle of Moldiah.
Yeah,
I really liked it, but I just didn't put it on there.
I think this was on my list, but let me double check. Yeah, Artist Oracle of Half Truths.
Really?
Yeah, I like that card.
Go on.
Okay.
I'm not I don't know if it's good.
Read it for us.
But I like it.
Read it for us.
Where is it? There it is. 2 for blue-black, legendary creature, human advisor, with menace for 3/2. When Artis, Oracle of Half-Truths, enters the battlefield, target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them into a face-down pile and a face-up pile. Put one pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard.
You just like the skill testing part of it, I'm guessing.
I just think it's fun.
Oh, yeah. The 2 piles part, right?
Yeah, the 2 piles. I think it's like Gonti for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that part is cool, but it just does it once. Like, why wouldn't you just run Factor Fiction?
Because it's not a creature.
Okay.
That can be your commander.
I guess you could build him as your commander and then just build Factor Fiction Tribal.
I mean, yeah. I like
with Fortune's favor.
There's a couple of there's definitely a couple of cards in here that I don't think I would ever actually run, but I like because they're strange, and I like seeing the strange things, and Artist is fun.
Yeah. So
is Allure of the Unknown, which is pretty close.
Oh yeah, that was on my list, but that's not the one I'm going to talk about. The one I'm going to talk about is actually just a common. It's Daybreak Chimera. For 3 white, you get a 3/3 flying Chimera, and it costs X less to cast, where X is your devotion to white. It's super vanilla, but the reason that I like it is I think it's it's a step in the right direction for white, and I think I would like to see this effect on more white cards, where it costs less for some value, whatever, life that you've gained or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'll probably run this in Runetail. Because I like indestructible 3/3 flyers for 2 mana.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that it?
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm hitting stop. Visit us at patreon.com/commandertime.
You can find me on Twitter at Grubfellow, where I tweet using the hashtag DailyEDH every day.
At Detective Yarmits.
At Mr. Plorg.